Tony Radloff with Radloff Apiary here. Welcome back. We are jazzed about this season's beekeeping adventure. It's February, mid-February. There's a saying: if you ask 10 beekeepers a question, you'll get 12 answers, and that's true. And as I say, we're excited about this season of beekeeping, 2024. It's currently February, so not even spring yet. But a lot of people would say that's not the start of the season. That's you're almost through one section of the season, but the season starts when you start winter prepping the year before. Now, I'll be honest, we had a pretty terrible winter. We lost a lot of colonies. Um, so I'm calling this spring the start of our season. We're getting new packages. When we are installing those packages, we're getting ready. That's my start of the season. I do have a pretty big colony that made it through the winter. We had a lot that didn't. So we're going to try and put that behind us. A lot of lessons learned, looking through the dead outs, seeing what happened, and trying to understand and what we can do better for this coming season, how we can better prepare, how we can better manage after we pull honey, what do we do, um, really working on understanding what they need, when they need it, how to best prepare them, when you need to step back and just let bees be bees, and then what you can do to just give them all the opportunities possible to make it through the winter. So I'm already right now thinking of this coming fall. What do I need to do? What should I do? Because that's the make it or break it time. I've been managing mites, doing all of those types of things throughout the year is key, but everything comes down to the fall management. So just wanted to start with that. Do have a quick hive inspection video that honestly the audio turned out terrible, so I'm just going to voice over that portion as we take a look at my last living colony of the wild tree apiary yard. Um, and we'll kind of go from there. But we don't get into the hive; it's too cold. So really, just breaking it down of what we're doing, what we're looking at, real quick, in and out, until this coming week when I think there's a day of 60, mid 60s. We can actually pull some frames, check out what they're doing, making sure that she's starting to lay already, and kind of go from there. But we're getting jazzed up. It's going to be a good season. It's going to, as we come into Wild Tree Farms, the yard there, we're set up for, I want to say 16 plus hives there we can do currently. There's plenty of space for more, um, but just excited to get back in there. We got another stand of that we can do just some mating nukes and things like that. But so here's a view of my last remaining hive, and it's pretty decent size. Like I said, this is a cooler day, so but really the main goal is just let's make sure that they're alive. We're taking a look, getting in there. I packed it with some sugar bricks a little while back to make sure that they weren't starved out. But like I said, I fed hard last fall. I'm sure they had plenty of stores. It was truly, I believe, that really did my bees in, just choking them out. Not enough room for the brood nest to continue to produce brood for the winter bees to come out and really maintain. Um, I actually, after a whole bunch of reviews and everything, looking into what type of insulation we need, all of those types of things. Um, so it's still so cold that I'm putting in that 1 inch foam board in the top when I leave here. But you can see the bees are there, they're boiling up. As soon as you pull that cover off, they start to migrate up towards the light, see what's going on. I got a couple just straight granulated sugar bricks, and then I got some a little bit of sugar bricks, a little bit of pollen to give them a little bit of protein, just making sure that they have what they need when they want. They powered through that first top brick. As you can see, cut that bad boy right in half, and there's a bigger brick that they're starting to gnaw into. One thing, as I'm looking through here, I do notice there's a little bit of bee poop on that one brick, which is not ideal. You don't want to see that inside a hive. Signs of nosema, just they're not getting out to take their cleansing flights. Hopefully, I mean we had a stretch of some really nice days after this that I'm hoping that they were able to take advantage of that, get out there and take cleansing flights and make sure that the the hive stays as healthy as possible. But good number of bees in there. They were not super thrilled to see me. Some jumping up at me. I didn't use any smoke. It was cold. Just really wanted to focus on getting in there, making sure that one, they still had enough sugar and anything that they needed, but they're pretty deep too. So last time I was out when it was a super nice day, I actually pulled the insulation off, cracked the box, and there was, I mean, the cluster went down. This is a double deep formation. The cluster went down into that second deep too. It was good, but got these sheets of the reflective insulation that I'm putting down, and then this 1 inch foam board too to just give them as much protection as possible. Otherwise, they're just wrapped in some black corrugated plastic board, more of a windbreak than anything. But just want to make sure that they have the protection they need. Population's looking pretty decent. Obviously, it's not a booming colony, but there's a lot of bees in there, which is good. We're very excited about um, using this hive to do some queen rearing. Obviously, we got a great queen in there that she was able to crank out, do what she needed to, produce the winter bees that she wanted to and when she needed to make it through the winter. Still a lot of winter to go, unfortunately, but we're going to do what we can to make sure that all the hives turn out just as strong come next spring. Um, so they seem content. Don't seem too grumpy about it. They start coming out. Wasn't even that much action when I got there. But as you can see, we had not all these went into winter. There were already some that we combined down, tried to shrink down. Usually try and go into the double deep formation. There were some little ones that went through. We got nuke boxes out there that were ready to do some, um, maybe some swarm management, things like that if we need to. But got the resources. Just excited about spring here to come.